best king they ever had.
Yo, you never lie.
Pulled the stunt.
Yeah.
Was home one night, wasn't supposed to be home,
Wow.
failed. Put her husband on the front line.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Fornication.
And then was still king.
Murder.
So can we look at an example like that? Because that's kind of the only one scripturally that I know.
Okay.
Most people want a king.
They did, and they still wanted a king.
There you go.
That's it. That's
There
it.
you go.
That's it.
There you go. They want a king.
Brother
There you
Reggie, that's
go.
it.
They don't want a prophet, they want a king.
That's it. That's it.
But at the same time with that, God chose him. You gotta remember that too, you got to that into consideration. You see what I'm saying? God answered that.
So you have to be called.
Exactly.
Many are called.
Okay. Shaw is getting ready to be crowned the biggest Yankee. She ready to take, hey, Jasmine, the crown is taken from you. Shaw has the crown of the Yankee of Miami. Sophia had it first, Jasmine had it. Now, Shaw, you have now. Nobody. Number 7. Give some examples of how Christian leaders today should respond to various interest groups within the church. How does this compare with Peter's example with Paul's? Eric?
This one, leaders respond by telling these groups to continue. Is that because they continue cop-outs or this one I think we had a hard time on because the question was kind of, the answer is kind of a little all over the place.
What y'all had, Becky? What y'all had? It says, give some examples of how Christian leaders today respond to various interest groups within the church. Listen to what it says. Give examples of how Christian leaders respond to various interest groups, that's key, within the church. How does this compare with Peter's example with Paul's?
Interest group is a group of persons working on behalf of the strongly supporting a particular cause. In some churches, there can be cases where church leaders can behave religiously when a pastor is around. Then the moment his or her back is turned, they could be condemning the members for the very thing that they're doing themselves, i.e. backsliding, gossiping, backbiting, fornication, adultery, lying, cheating, or stealing. Although most churches, someone who has knowledge of this would not bring it up first, you would be told to cover your brother and pray for their deliverance. That which is done in dark will be brought to light, your sins will find you out. An example of Peter, he was condemning the Gentiles, the uncircumcised, for not being circumcised, and his actions were like theirs. Whereas Paul, a fellow messenger of Christ, like Peter, is trying to set the proper example through his message to the Gentiles.
Awesome. Awesome. There it is. Give the Yankee a hand. Awesome. 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 That's it. All right.
Okay. All right.
That's what she said. All right, where we on? Number 8. That's what y'all had, Jarrell? Y'all ain't had nothing.
No,
Freestyle. What you had, Reggie? Y'all won. Like, don't separate us. So what y'all had? Team?
no, I think we freestyle. Okay. Churches don't care as long as they get the money.
Who's running that? You got beat. What there you go. Did y'all have anything? Okay. All right, number 8. Roy, I would like you to know, I told Reggie make sure that you get these questions so you can have something to do when you're home. So Reggie, I don't know why he doesn't get you the questions. But number 8.
Do you feel Paul was right in publicly rebuking Peter?
Rebuke it.
Why not?
Do you believe Paul? Why? And give us some scriptures to back it.
There's a scripture in Timothy that says,
And open.
Come on.
Other than they say.
we throw it on there?
Come on, throw it in
I
there.
think it's on 1 Timothy 6, I think.
We staying in Galatians. Hey, I just staying in Galatians. I'm sitting up there this good. Oh, good.
I didn't use the scripture for this one.
got it? Who got the scripture? You what you got?
I didn't write the scripture down,
But that's
that's the answer.
We say yes.
Rebuke them over.
Well, there's one, when James, he said, I withstood him to the face.
Go ahead, come on, what is it?
That's the same thing.
What is it?
That's
You know it?
Right?
What is it, tall man?
It's in Galatians.
What
I
is
think
it?
it's the second chapter.
You ain't come out of Galatians? You only stayed in Galatians?
Yeah, cause that's what we throw it out of chapter 1 and 2.
Nah,
No.
you said in verse 14 though.
He
Yeah,
said when James said, I withstood him to the face, he was to be blamed.
Okay. But I'm saying, did y'all come out of Galatians? Why y'all come out of Galatians?
2:14, I think. Yeah, you got a scripture.
Who idea was that? Oh, to stay in Galatians? It was there, okay.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I felt like the way the questions were written.
It was
said
all
chapter
for
1
Galatians.
is that we should stay there. We talked about other scriptures, but we tried to find the answer
Within
within
Galatians.
Galatians. And the answer we found for that one was 2:14.
What you say?
It's like I read them, that one.
What's number 15?
Like, stay in Galatians.
But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew livest after the manner of the Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as do the Jews?
Okay. Number 9, who do you think the circumcision group is, and what does this have to do with being justified by obeying the law? Come on, Reg.
we freestyle out, we put, it was religious, and we put Galatians 6:15.
We already know who the circumcision group is. We set it up in the other scriptures. So who do you think we know who that is, and what does this have to do with being justified by obeying the law? Can circumcision allow you to obey the law? Like, let me give you an example. If a baby's born right now, and you tell him I want my child to be circumcised, does that mean that if they go be cut off, down there? Right. No. Right, that's obeying the law. That's an example of that. If a child will get circumcision, that means he can go get all that skin cut off. Because you got some dudes who got skin cut off and still hellions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Galatians.
Shaved all the way back. What is wrong with you, B?
I didn't say that.
Is it true? What did you call that? The foreskin?
Yeah, that's why Jesus came though, to abolish all of that.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
in the Old Testament, y'all read your Bible.
You know the foreskin show you how nasty you is. You gotta roll it back and catch all that net. It's the truth. It's all that dirt. It's the reminder of how nasty you is. You gotta roll it back.
God had,
Wow.
What is your problem? What is wrong with you over there? It's the truth. Isn't it the truth? And when I realized that that's the truth, it's the foreskin to keep it, reminds you how nasty you is.
God almost killed Moses because of that. He had circumcised his child back in the Old Testament. So, that's why Jesus came to wipe all that out.
Now you circumcise your heart. All right.
Break it down.
Yeah, 6:15.
Go ahead, babe, break it down. I can't wait for Sunday.
Neither circumcision nor uncircumcision means anything. What counts is a new creation.
It is.
I mean, that was just a Jewish law.
It is. Number 10, if no one is justified by observing the law, how could the Old Testament people be saved? Sophia and Tina.
We
said goats.
we had a tough time with this, but we had said that they was basically saved by righteousness and be saved because Christ wasn't in the Old Testament, and basically they had their personal, their relationship with God, like they had to follow the law, and that when they followed the law, what God wanted them to do, then that made them right. You were justified. You was made righteous by that. Because we didn't see anywhere in the Bible where it said that, well, he was trying to say that it was a scripture freestyling about how Christ went back.
I said,
That's what he said. I was like,
I said, the only scripture I can think of concerning that was that.
so